This is the review for May 10th. We're going to look over here at the S&P 500, and pretty wild day today. So we're going to start doing a tip of the day. It's the Pro Trader tip of the day. And today's the very first Pro Trader tip of the day is it takes one good trade every day, and that's all it takes. Now, as you get better, you can do more, but really the idea is to do more size, and you just have to do one good trade every day. That's all it really takes. So if you're prone to over trading, you're doing too much, stop it. Just wait until you see something that is, just looks so like that looks like pretty easy money right there. I think I'll do that. Okay? If you feel like you have to force something or try and do something that isn't there, don't do that. So I went to a 2-minute chart here so that we can look at what actually happened here today. If you remember coming into the open, I gave a price here. I said 42.31 up to key turns right here at 33. So what happened? They came up, they hit 42.31, um, but just to the tick. And then that drop down here, this was pretty choppy. We warned about this with the lack of prediction points that were around and how it might all look today. And then they bounced back up here to 28, and there was a pretty nice move down here. And that got to 14 quarter. If you remember, we said 14-ish. Remember I drew in that supply area and we talked about 14. And that was one tick in front of that. To me, this is kind of a trade. This, that's pretty easy money right there. So then got a bounce all the way back to 30 quarter, and then finally from there came all the way down. They finally did get back to, well, actually, let's just go back and talk about. Remember, we said below 23 half, which is like right here. We said below 23 half, they would likely get back down to the CP. And that is what happened here today. And then it didn't stop, it just kept going. So there's the CP, and that was okay because if you go back and you look at some of what we've talked about in the past, we said there's just tons of room for this thing to come back down lower. And even on Friday, maybe, said that it was at some point the market would need to come back and test the 78.50, which we talked about again today. So what happened here? This was the close of the day. The market came down, um, came through the CP. Nice reaction here off the CP. Eventually broke this, came down, reacted off of this CP, reacted off of it again, and then came back down here. This was the end of the day right there. So then let's go fast forward into Globex and let's get rid of what's oh, that's not going to work. Never. Oh, yeah, it is going to work. Okay, so here we have tomorrow's prediction points loaded up on the chart. So we had this 54 down below here. There's not a whole lot down below here, down until the 30s, and then from there there's even, more room. So we'll see here how this all plays out overnight. I'm not going to try and make a whole lot of guesses about what's going to happen with that, but what you can clearly see happened here is there was some pretty nice selling down here off of 54, bounced back up here. This is a 10 point. So this is the point of what I was saying earlier. You literally just need this trade. I mean, this is all you need for your whole week. If you did this and it was Monday, you could take the rest of the week off if you wanted. I mean, I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that is enough for an entire week if you're trading enough size. And with so many different options out there right now to trade decent size, some of the different funding companies and So anyway, here's this move down here. They came in front of, remember we had that 48.50 last time. They came in front of that over here. So buyers are defending this a little bit, but I'm not sure how long that'll really stay up here if that's going to be the case. We'll have a lot more answers in the morning, of course, but this thing just kind of, pretty good move down here. That's why I said this morning, breaking below this 23.5 area, there was a lot of room to come down, at least back down to into that area. So we'll see. They've kind of left some things over here now, back up here into the 90s. It would be great if it came back up and tested in the 90s at least, but we'll just kind of see. It's this is a little lower than I would have liked to see the market get, but they didn't take out that 48.5 that was fairly important back over here. So there's 45.75. So maybe that's the test of that area. We'll see. Maybe they're able to push this from there. But for now, we'll just see how things play out when we come back in the morning. And we'll make a plan and we'll go with that. So have a great rest of your night, or I guess good start to your morning, depending on when you watch this. And I will be back here in the morning for the pre-market video.